Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to My Twisted Life TV. I am Poetry. You are here for Ready to Love. This is season 5, episode Deuce Blind Dates. They may not even be the title, but that's what's happening on this particular episode. I think we're just gonna really hop right into it for real. I don't think I have any announcements to make or nothing like that. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you're not already done so. Oh, I do have an announcement. February 12th. I'll be hosting the second Grown Folk session of the year. We're going to be playing 21 questions, relationship style. I'm asking you, the subscribers, what would you do in certain relationship situations? And then we just going to dialogue, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully it'll be a fun time. It'll be February 12th. I believe I'm going to make this at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Y'all figure out your own time zone if you don't live in that time. And come on through. It's open to all viewers as of right now until I start building channel membership more. And then by the time my membership gets up to maybe probably 25 people, I may lock it down. If we get to 25, I may lock it down for membership only. I'm not sure yet. Anyway, I think that's all the announcements that I have. So we start off, they're having the brunch. And they always have a brunch up first. This brunch made me hella hungry. It made me hella hungry. I love a good waffle. Throw some chicken in there, smother that down with some maple syrup. It's over. It's over for me. The itis will kick in. There would be no need for me to be sitting there talking to y'all about nothing because now I'm tired. That's how I would have been. So I noticed Joy and Clifton, they had already linked up. I don't know why. I sensed they are already familiar with each other. When they shared that glass of bubbly last week, I was like this. I didn't speak on it in the episode, but we talked about it in the comment section. So if you're not down in the comment section, you're missing on a whole lot of stuff. You just met this man, honey. And y'all comfortable with exchanging fluids already on day 1 in the middle of a doggone pandemic? Hell, I'm vaxxed and waxed too. And I still caught that shit. Oh, I would be scared to bring home a Corona babe. I don't know. No, I would be scared of becoming a Corona babe. I'm like shopping for houses right now. I won't even go to another open house because the day I started feeling sick, we had been to like 3 open houses there. I'm not doing it no more. No, I'm not gonna sit here and exchange fluids in my glass with some dude I just met. You don't know who coochie been on that morning? No, ma'am, Pam. No, ma'am, Pam. And I'm not really wax. I'm just saying I maintain the landscape down there. But that's about it. Y'all didn't even know that anyway. So move it on. P.O. He hooked up with Sabrina. Precious. She's sitting over there with Tori. Tiffany, she came and sat down next to Joy and Clifton. And I was like, did Ma have a bad morning? She seemed like she had a bad morning right now, right? Clifton said good morning. And Tiffany seemed to be annoyed by the fact that he said good morning. And I got what Clifton meant. You sat your ass down here next to her, speak, motherfucker. That's how I was feeling, right? My auntie used to say to us all the time, don't bring your ass up here and don't speak. I ain't sleep with you last night. And that's how I feel. You gonna sit down directly next to them and not speak. Everybody walking around the, hey, how y'all doing? I saw they made it a point to make sure they point out everybody's greetings when they came through. Hey, how y'all doing? Hey, girl. Oh, looking fabulous. What up, dog? They was all doing that. Then when it came to Tiffany, crickets. Crickets. She said, well, y'all seem to be engaged in a conversation. And Cliff said, okay, I understand that, but if somebody comes into my space, you know, I'm still gonna speak. Okay, so I didn't see the problem with him saying that, but she had a fit. Like, you forcing me to speak to you. I'm sorry, y'all. Like I just mentioned, I just got over getting done with COVID, and bubblegum is the only thing that helps me not cough. I don't want to be chewing on camera, but we're gonna get this chew up. Okay. I'm trying not to cough right now. It's like stuck right there in my throat. And I got a good mic. It pick up shit. Okay, so anywho, she got up. She went over to the table where Wiley was sitting, who surprisingly didn't join her when he sat down. But again, I don't know who sat down first. But he didn't join her. Or if he was already sitting down, she didn't join him. You know what I'm saying? She went and sat next to Clifton and them. But anyway, Dakaya, when she comes over to where Tori and Tiffany's sitting, she joins and she asks them, is it okay for me to join in? They both say yes. And she's like, okay, how y'all doing, you know? But in the confessional, Tiffany was like, that was not okay with me. Then why say yes? I don't understand why they do that on this show. I cannot stand it, y'all. If you want alone time with this man and somebody walks up and says, can I join you? You say no. Use your words. Use your freaking words. But the thing that got me was Demetrius was sitting there too. It wasn't like it was just them two, y'all two alone. Demetrius came through as well. What was the problem? You don't know how to have conversation around other adults? This is why you're at the bottom. This is why you were at the bottom last week. And she was like, I'm just trying to figure out why I was at the bottom. This is why you were at the bottom last week. And this is why you're going home this week. I feel it already. That's another thing I wanted to say. I said in my last video, around the 3-minute and 27-second mark, and I only know because I posted it to 2 different people. Watch my whole video. You may hear me correct myself on something that I said in the video. If you ask me a question that's going on or that I addressed in the video itself, that's all I'm gonna do is put a timestamp on your comment. Okay, thank you. All right, so anyway, I felt the same way about Dakaya last week when Keena came over and sat down, asked is okay, and they both say yeah, and then she in confession talking about she got a problem with that. Don't say fucking yes if you don't mean it, okay? But anyway, at this point, Dakaya recognizes Wiley, like, oh my God, you Chuck Brown's son. And everybody, like, you know, was like, it's Chuck Brown's son. I think Demetrius and Tiffany both said that they wouldn't have recognized him, they wouldn't know him. They know who Chuck Brown is, but they still wouldn't know he was the son. He plays in the damn band. He's very popular around DC. And if you had watched my recap of this, well, my own, it wasn't even a recap. I made up my own special for the casting. I mentioned it in the casting special. You could have found out from there, girl. You could have found out from there. Anywho, Demetrius. He doesn't give. He's not growing on me at all. He looked hot as hell in that suit, in this brunch, y'all. This is supposed to be like a laid-back atmosphere. Everybody's pretty much dressed semi-casual, what have you. Demetrius dresses down. It's not like he don't know how to throw on a sweater and some jeans. He does that, okay? So why put out this 3-piece Sunday Easter suit to come to this brunch? I just didn't understand, unless he came just from church. Was he just delivering a eulogy? Something. It was nice threads, but it was the wrong atmosphere for this. That's all I'm saying. So anyway, Tommy comes in, and he's telling them he's going to bring in a new man and a new woman this week. Fernando and Keena should not have went on last week, in my opinion. Not because they were in the bottom of everybody's pool. They didn't get a chance to really know people, okay? Let them loosen up a bit. We just on day 2 right now. This is just day 2 right now. Everybody is not as forward in a meeting or when they meet new folks. Everybody may not be, some people may be nervous and have awkward conversations on a first meet. Give them a chance to open up. First impressions ain't everything. I know a lot of people say first impressions mean a lot. First impressions ain't everything, because half the goddamn time, most of these people bring in a representative in the first damn place. It ain't who they truly are either. Okay, give it another week at least before y'all start kicking people off. Anywho, they bringing in 2 new folks though. And it's like they really not trying to let us as the viewers get invested in these people. Okay? But the thing is, everybody is not going to have a chance to meet these new people. I'm thinking you bringing in these 2 new people, you're going to set them up on dates damn near every day this week, you know, twice on Sunday. That's what I'm thinking. But no, everybody's not going to have a chance. Tommy is going to pick who gets to go on these blind dates. I was like, maybe y'all should do a random name pool or something like that. That might have served me better. Unless we got some experts behind the scenes making these blind date matchups. That's the only thing I'm thinking. So he picked Ace, saying that she may be the best person for this, but he doesn't expand on why he feels that she's the best person. Last week she was in the bottom 3. Tiffany was in the bottom 2. So is he putting in the bottom feeders? Is that what he's doing? If that's the case, then P.O. should have his next date. Okay, that would be his next choice. Otherwise, his selection process isn't making sense to me, right? He picked Laverne, the person who pretty much is the lady's choice around here. But he said because Laverne likes to talk, this is why he was chosen. So Sabrina, she just like, look here, I just want the tea, girl. You'll meet him and you report back, okay? I wouldn't tell you shit, Sabrina, for real. Not again that it's a competition. It's just that you need to get to know him on the level that you need to get to know him. If we don't rock, I may say, yeah, he wasn't for me. But the only way I'm really sharing like information is if there was some serious red flags that I'm trying to warn you about, Gar. No, I'm not going to come back and report to you. Well, the selection, like I said, didn't make any sense to me. Unless they were just trying to say, okay, let me go ahead and grab the dude who got the girl name, and let me go ahead and grab the girl who got the dude name that ain't even really her real name that we talked about before. It's a pseudonym that she's using. But yeah, anywho, remember I said that Tori was a poet? And I was like, I know him. Ace is a poet too. I don't know her though. But yeah, it was revealed on their Instagram pages that they both poets. Anywho, this week, the women are in the hot seat. I already sense that Tiffany is going to be the one in the bottom just from her opening exchanges with people. Up until last week, and this was last week on live streams, but I'm still watching live streams from the last cast, I didn't realize how much the show chooses who these people date. Now I understand more clearly why they all out here having these behind the scene dates. Because the show is trying to get the best footage to use rather than get these people genuine connections. Because like I say, everybody doesn't get a chance to date everybody. Now sometimes they can go to production and say, hey, I want to have a date with such and such, and they will hook that up for them. But production will also send 2 or 3, 4 more other people to come on your date with you, and you don't realize it until you actually learn. You're like, where'd that come from? Yeah, that's pretty much what goes down. So if you're not exchanging numbers and have a conversation when the cameras are down, you truly aren't forming real bonds with these people. They are under contract, but everybody ain't following these contracts. Some people might be though. And those probably are the ones who are ending up in the bottom. Anyway, at the mixer, Tiffany and Wiley, they seem to be feeling each other, but he said, you know what, I still want to make my rounds. After all, it's just day 2. Dakaya caught his eye, and she was like a Hudson Wiley too, right? He's very engaging with his eyes. I do have to give him that. I appreciate a man that is engaging because it's like he's being attentive to what you're saying while flirting at the same time. Had Dakaya wondering if she could be a puma, not a cougar, but a puma, because she said she ain't that old. But anyway, she said she also feeling him, but she's also feeling Demetrius. She did walk out holding Wiley's hand though, right? But she says Demetrius gives off big dick energy to her. And for me, sis, it was just big dickhead energy, okay? That's what I was getting. I could be wrong, but that's what I was getting, okay? And I usually trust my judgment, though I have, I frown almost every time Demetrius come on screen, y'all. I do. I frown. His conversations that they have shared with us do not seem to lead me wanting more of him. I could care less if he's on the screen. But Precious, she likes it too. You know, she tells him she would love to see him again. And from that, it didn't seem like he was really interested in her, to me. He says, oh, okay, sure, you know. But it was like, why the hell not? Okay, that's how I picked it up. You know, the more dates I get to go on, the longer I get to stay on the show. That's the vibe I was getting from Demetrius. Joy and Clifton, they found themselves in each other's company again at the end of the day, you know, after they had been making all their rounds. But production is like, okay, it's time to wrap up, time for us to get out of here, it's time to clean up. And Joy like, okay, let's go. I mean, they had just started their drinks, they had just sat down, and Cliff said, oh, the hell I will. No, I won't. They can wrap up, but I'm gonna need at least 5 minutes with you. I'm gonna get my dog on time, and I want a hug, right? They can record this or not. They hug all each other, and he put her close, and he all that stuff, lift up off her feet. Joy wasn't sure what she was supposed to do, because again, they're under contract. They're not supposed to date outside of the cameras, right? So she was impressed though that he was demanding her time. I mean, unless y'all getting put out the building, I'm with Cliff. What we leaving for? We grown, you know what I'm saying? Contracts. Okay, so anyway, the blind date with Laverne. He said he gets there early because he deciding that way he could decide if he need to tuck and run and get out of there or stay and get it popping, right? His date is Carmen, and she's a boss. Okay, she specializes in brand management. At first I was like, I may need to talk to her, so don't talk about her too bad yet. Okay, I do need a brand manager though, for real. Like, I'm horrible at marketing my brand. Somebody asked me last time when I was out today, do I have it? I do have it. What I was wearing. This is from my own line, y'all. This lip, it's right here. This is mine. Survive Beauty Supernova Red. If you go to my website, www.sivabeauty.com. And then you can see Supernova Red, the color that I'm wearing right now. You know, but somebody asked me that earlier, and I was like, oh, this Supernova Red from my line. I ain't got no damn business cards. I ain't got nothing. You know what I'm saying? I don't even promote it on this damn channel like I'm supposed to. So I need a brand manager. I really do. But anyway, Carmen, she's 43, a divorced mother of one, marketing manager. She's from North Virginia, prior Air Force, liked to work out 5 days a week. Very forward, very self-indulgent, if I might say myself. She grabbed the man's ass. You just met this man, but he liked it. He liked it. It didn't throw him off at all. I know a lot of bodybuilders, y'all, and for some reason they are fascinated with people looking at their ass. It's like, you're gonna check these glutes, check these glutes, check these glutes, like it's a prize or something. And and she was trying to squeeze on him, his tight tush, like it's reverse Charmin. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all before about the guy who used to hit me up on Twitter. It's the only white guy that tried to push up on me before in life. He was a bodybuilder. I think it was from England though. He started sending me pictures of him in these fucking thongs and shit with his ass cheeks all clenched tight. To you think my glutes look good? Bruh, no. I like a dude with a nice ass, but I'm not going around trying to feel your glutes, sir. That's not what I'm gonna do. I mean, he's standing up like, hey, don't touch me, don't feel it. I'm thinking, ho, sit down. Ho, sit down. Ho, sit down. Ho, sit down. That's how I was feeling, because I see Laverne as a hoe. I just do. It's speaking of that song, ho, sit down. Ho, sit down. Look it down. It all set out. Who sings that song, y'all, or raps that song? Everybody who get the right answer of who sings or raps that song, drop it in the comment section, and you're gonna get a brand new, unscratched, no turntable needed emoji record. I believe I have those. If I don't have an emoji record, I will give y'all a bright, shiny gold coin. Something like that. Emoji style, from the emoji vault, right? Anyway, ho, sit down. Ho, sit down. Yeah, drop it down in the comment section if y'all know who's seen that. Okay, so speaking of because that's how I was feeling about Laverne and his butt cheeks. I'm feeling that way about Carmen too. I don't like her. She putting on. Excuse me, y'all. Gotta put up that church finger. Gotta put up that church finger. Gotta put up that church finger when I do the coffee and stuff like that. Okay, yeah, I don't like her. I don't like her. But they seem to like each other. They have a lot in common. They both like to compete, even against each other. They both like to work out. They both are former Air Force. They think each other's bodies are banging. I think what disturbed me though about this whole thing is, even though they were connected, their body language to me was off-putting to me. Both of them leaned back like this while they was talking. Both of them. If I can get a little deeper, that'll really show you how Laverne was, because he was like this for the most part, and she leaned back like that too. Okay. Now, if you study body language, when two people are having a conversation with each other and both of them lean back like that, you know, kind of mirroring each other, that actually is a sign of interest and or attraction. Okay, right? If one person does it when you're not doing it, it's more a sign of dominance or disinterest, or they trying to check you, right? That type of situation, right? So they were mirroring each other. However, I prefer for somebody to lean into my conversation. The kind of the way that Wiley was doing Dakaya. Don't lean in too much though, because if you lean in too much, I'm gonna think you're creepy. And leaning too far back like they were leaning. I'm a motherfucking thug. I'm a G. And they was more thugged out and G'd out than me. I was like, what the fuck is going on, right? Yeah, I didn't like it. It just exuded cockiness from both sides to me. They was reclining in the fucking wicker chair, like for real, you know. But I found it interesting that he wants a dominant woman, that he's attracted to that, and I was thinking he should have been okay with keeping Keena in, and she was very forward, and I thought very pretty upfront and in your face. Keena was a bit comedic too. I kind of liked her a little bit, but I digress. Anyway, he wants a woman that can put his cocky ass in place, and she said she all for that. She would bend him over and peg him if it need be. Okay, nah, she didn't say that part, but I bet she would, and I bet he would like it too. Okay, anyway, he really feeling her, and he says that she would compliment all the energy that he brings, right? So she looking forward to the next date as well. But like I said, she sent her representative to me, and she even kind of said it, because she said this ain't even who she is for real. She being low key right now. I was like, okay, so what you saying is, sis, you gonna be a bit much, and you gonna get on my nerves. That's what you saying. And I was wondering now that if she was the face that was behind that blanked out group of ladies, that the ladies from season 4 and season 5, they went out and hung out, and there was one face that was blanked out with a smiley face and hearts. I wonder if that was her. I'm getting hot in my robe. I only got my robe on because if I stand up, I don't need y'all to see my drawers, because I ain't got no pants on. I'm just letting y'all take it right now. I got to the crib and I got comfortable. Anywho, if I can find the picture, I'll put it up in one of those two spots. Okay, anywho, Ace, she up next for her date. I'm surprised that they listed her as just a yogi instructor, because she has a successful business that she runs. I was like, maybe we still just trying to keep her real name not associated with the show. But I already found out her real name. Check out my cast and special if y'all didn't watch it yet. So I was like, okay, they brought in old boy, and I was like, they breaking out the thickums for the ladies this season, right? First we had Fernando, you know, he was juicy. Then we had Cliff, you know, the big old teddy bear, and now we got Cornbread Cornelius, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not throwing shade, that's what his name is, Cornbread. He calls himself Cousin Cornbread. On Instagram, he has a nice little following there. He has his own clothing line called Cornbread's Closet. By trade, he's in real estate, and he does a little bit of investing. He is an Aquarius. I don't know what Carmen's zodiac he is. He's an Aquarius. The day that this episode aired, which was Friday, that was Cornbread's birthday. He also does a podcast. I forgot to check to see how many people are listening to his podcast, but it's about sex, travel, sports, and food. Okay. He also is a fellow YouTuber. I remember him. I remember his face, okay? He has a very small following on YouTube. I don't think he's done a video in probably about a year, but he's been on YouTube for almost 10 years. Cousin Cornbread, that's his YouTube channel as well. I think they needed another deep voice brother Yeah, I know y'all. I'm talking about deep voices right now. My voice deep as mud right now too. Anyway, I was like, this is gonna shake P.O. up because remember when he heard Clifton's voice, he was like, oh my God, this dude sound like God, Barry White, and James Earl Jones all together. Yeah, Cornbread's voice is like that too. Anyway, he's never been married, but he said he knows that he's the reason he wasn't married. He was the problem, but he's gotten therapy for that. And now he could better recognize the worth in women. Okay. Okay, where am I at? I'm with Ace. Okay, they connected on a mental health note. He thinks it's very important as black folks that we all get mental help, mental therapy, which I think is true as well. We all suffer from a lifetime of PTSD. He believes that he's a pretty grounded person, right? Now, Ace, she believes in meditation, which is a form of mental health therapy. I haven't meditated in a while, and I can tell. I tried to meditate the other day and couldn't. I did not know how to get myself back in this space. It's been so long since I meditated. But when I did, I see more center. I see more focus. My vision was clear, you know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about literally my vision was clear, not just my mental third eye vision. Okay. But anywho, she believed that, meditation and therapy has helped her in her life, you know what I'm saying? And at least they aren't bonding over trauma itself. They're bonding over a positive reinforcement. Speaking of trauma bonding, next month in March, I will be planning to host a live stream along with Darlinda Tracy TV. Our main topic will be bonding over trauma or over triumph. And I put up a clip the other day on the community board that's kind of leaning towards how the conversation is going to go. Y'all run over to my community board and check that out. It's like a 1-minute clip that y'all can watch. And, you can vote on whether or not you think this is a good topic to do the live stream on. But I think we kind of set it in stone. So February 12th, I'm going to have my 20 question relationships live. And then in March, Darlinda Tracy TV. She might make this one in February too. Darlinda Tracy TV is going to join me with the bond or trauma triumph conversation, and we get to ask you viewers the questions, whatever, you know what I'm saying. Like I said, some of those questions have already been posted on the community board too. Go over there and search, put in grown folk sessions. You can see some previous live streams and everything. Okay, so anywho, they matched each other's vibes, each other's energy. So this definitely wasn't Tommy randomly selecting folks. They charted this out, thank goodness. He got a team behind the scenes that helped them put together this first date. Cornelius gives me confidence, again, not cockiness. Laverne gives me cockiness. It annoys the shit out of me. However, I'm seeing Dakaya moving in on Cornbread Earl and me. Okay? Because he said he enjoys sex. And Ace heard, you affectionate? You like being affectionate? And although he does like being affectionate, girl, he was talking about sex. He was talking about into the course, okay? Not holding hands and squeezing booty. That ain't what he was talking about. So anyway, we get to see Joy date P.O. Old perverted dad. Every time I see him. It's crazy that every time I look at this man, I see an old perverted dad. And we are the exact same age. We're not in the same age group. Me and P.O. are the exact same age. Okay, so anyway. Joy thinks there's something about him that intrigues her. She said he was holding back at the mixer. She wanted to know more of him. And I'm confused because I thought that was the complaint y'all had about Fernando, that he was holding back. And that's why he went out the door. But y'all kicked him out. Okay, well, he did get a brownie point for me because he recalled her favorite drink. And then I was like, Joy, again, you're hella trusting, sis. First, you letting Clifton drink out of your glass, and then you letting this man that you don't even know order your drink for you before you arrive. He could order my drink for me if I'm sitting down there next to him. But you don't know me. I don't know you. You might be Bill Cosby in my shit. No, I'm not that trusting. Especially since I think that P.O. is the old perverted dad. No, ma'am. So Dakaya reminds me of Sheree Whitfield. She does. Like they can be cousins or sisters or something. Anyway, she go on her first real date with Clifton. From the outside looking in, it's starting to bug me that every time Clifton hugs one of these women, it's in the exact same manner. He gets that extra tight squeeze. He got a moan like his dick getting hard. And I'm sure the ladies that he's doing that to individually may like that affection on an individual note. But like I said, I'm watching this as a viewer, so I'm seeing him do it to every woman in the exact same way. And it's making me think a certain way about him. Is it all about sex? Is that what this whole season is gonna be about? Ain't nobody really trying to find a long-term partner. They trying to find a long-term sex buddy. Something like that. Okay. Anyway, I can't tell if his affection that he's showing towards these women is genuine, and I'm tripping off the fact that these women are that comfortable with that type of affectionate hug so early. You just met the dude yesterday. Okay, anyway. Joy, girl, why are we on this show? Again, this goes back to the question, what are you here for? Because P.O. asked her what does commitment look like to her, and she says she cannot see herself settling into one place with the lifestyle that she leads. And I told y'all that D.C. is home to her, but she ain't living there right now. She lives in Mexico right now. She's headlining the show right now. And I don't think that she was living in D.C. area or the DMV area before the show started filming either. She said the thought of being locked into one place makes her cringe. That's going to be hard on a relationship unless the man becomes part of your life, your team. P.O. says, I want to be married, okay? And for him having his wife with him is how he sees that. So you still can do that. You can be on the road with her. You become her husband or whatever the fuck, you know what I'm saying? But when he said he wanted to be married, Joy was like, oh, so you want to be married? Like, it threw her for a loop. It sounds to me that she is not looking to put a ring on it. In the long run, what she's looking for is a long-term, long-distance relationship. Somebody that she could pop in on every now and again. Okay, which actually kind of sounds more like Cornelius. Because Cornelius is in that whatever type of situation. Anyway, Clifton asked her about premarital sex. No, he asked Takaya about premarital sex. And I yelled in my scream like, boy, bye, this woman don't give a damn about no premarital sex. She is oozing, I want to fuck right now, okay? What she saying? She's at her sexual peak, okay? Her sex drive was already high, and now she flying in the whip, okay? And Clifton is like, can I get a ticket to ride? That's where we at right now. That's where we at right now. So, we get the first group date. They sent in Cornbread, P.O. P.O. didn't seem really shocked to see him at all. We look up, they smashing out on the ping pong table, right? Their dates, Tiffany and Sabrina, who came dressed in high heels and stilettos to play ping pong. I like that nobody informed them of what type of dates they were going to have, because the fellas are dressed down, okay? They both stopped at the bar to get their drinks before they even made it into the room. I was like, so they getting ready to set up to go play, right? And in walks the fifth wheel, Tiffany. No, Precious. Tiffany was already there. Precious walked in. And I was like, this is pure foolery. This is pure foolery, right? They had all the ladies on one side of the table playing against the men. I was like, they surely have never played ping pong before. You need to have arm room to swing, right? But they all, I guess, had to be part of the game. I would have been the ref. I'd have been the one to step aside and say, y'all play, I'm a referee this. I'd have been lying on who hit who, what the right way. I'd have been throwing something off. I've been trying to discourage the men so my sisters could win. Something. All three of us need to be on one side of the table. And it made me feel crowded, and then my personal space was violated. But anyway, they finally broke off. P.O. went with Precious. She thinks he's a bit rigid and guarded as well. Help me out, lifers. This energy that Precious enjoyed started off, or said they seeing in P.O. Was that what he was giving y'all to? I saw what he was giving off being corny, making corny ass jokes. I didn't see that as being rigid and guarded. Joy said he holds back. They didn't show us that side of him. At least if y'all saw that, put it in the comment section for me right there. Please put it in the comment section. Because that's not that dude right there. He's very open. He's very inquisitive. Okay, anyway, Sabrina, Tiff, they got to make acquaintances with Cornelius. and they were interviewing him. Okay, they all claim that that's a tactic that they don't like men to do with them. Then Sabrina walked off because production told her to do so. You know this what happened. And then Tiff went in with Cornelius, right? And she asked him, what was he looking for, a wife or a life partner? Life partner. That's what I was trying to say that Joy wanted. That's what Joy wants, a life partner. I don't think she wants a husband. He says that he feels that they're interchangeable. Like he could take one or the other. Doesn't matter to him. I disagree on them being interchangeable. While I think it's okay for someone who doesn't subscribe to the traditional style of marriage to go ahead and shack up all their lives, do what you do. Myself, I personally do not want to live in boyfriend. Okay, I've been there. No, I haven't. I've never had a man live with me that I wasn't. That's not true. I lived with my husband before we got married. But we got married. Okay, anyway, I would prefer a husband. That may change down the road as I get older, but it ain't changed in the last 30, 40 odd years that I've been dating. But anyway, I lost my spot. If we gonna do everything and live together as a married couple would do, a long-term married couple would do, then I say we make it legal and binding. That's me. I can't see a benefit of not doing it. Taxes, maybe. Being able to walk away if it don't go right, with less of a financial burden. Other than that, get fucking prenup. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But Tiff was like, no, I want a husband. And I'm with you, Tiffany, on that one. But the way she delivers her conversation is so off-putting. So, almost like she's judgmental. Let me be the judgmental. I'm the one doing the damn recap and review, okay? Anywho, but he said, she put the paddle down, put the ball down, and I don't like that negative energy. I didn't get negative energy from that. That is not where I got my negative energy. Where I got my negative energy is when Sabrina came back in and she said she wanted a little time, or do over with the game. And she said, girl, you can have that. That's where I saw the negative, because that was shade like a motherfucker. She just threw hella shade right there. I understood her mindset, because I'm not in that mindset anymore either. I value marriage. And he seems to be open to whatever. He's like, whatever. You don't want to get married, you don't want to get married. If you do, you do. That's how he is. He has his value of marriage ain't the same as hers. But yeah. She was like, nah, you not for me, right? She moved on over there to where P.O. and Precious was sitting. And she put P.O. off too. She put him off too. He likes to give analogies, to gauge a person's way of thinking. And she like, what in the hell is this? Okay. Her responses were very off-putting, because honestly, Precious was feeling the same way, okay? Which she responded, but the way she responded was different than how Tiffany was responding. But what they were saying was basically the exact same thing. Tiffany kind of made him feel stupid. Like she was challenging his thought process, okay? Even to a point where she made fun of him. Like, what, we in therapy? We on a date? What is going on here? Like, okay, that's just how she was like, Anywho, the next group date. Tori, Joy, Ace, Cliff, and Carmen. Again, I just don't get the 5-person hangout, the 5-person dates. Cliff says that he saw Carmen. And he was like, hallelujah, you know what I'm saying? And then he saw her blue eyes and was like, fix it, Jesus. Fix it, Jesus. Those wasn't his words, those was mine, but that's what he meant to say. And I gotta be honest, Carmen looks like my uncle's ex-wife, or his last wife, because it wasn't ex. They were still married when he passed away. Anyway, she thought Tori was handsome, but she didn't like his dreads. Said judgment, no judgment. What specifically is your issue with the dreads, sis? You mean his locks? What's your issue that you have with those? Tell me. That's what I want to hear, okay? Then this bitch, and I meant to say bitch, this bitch says, she wanted Clifton to hold her hair so he could know that it was real, because she could see that half the women in this room ain't got real hair. Now, Joy and Ace, who were the other 2 women in this room, both of them had their hairs in protective hairstyles. And she says she could tell that half of these women in here ain't got their real hair. Bitch, your bug-eyed ass sitting up here walking around with these fucking blue contacts on, your eyebrows arched like you asking questions all the fucking time. Like, that's That's how the fuck you looking right about now. Your fucking nails like claws, they goddamn points and shit like that. And you got the nerve to talk about somebody ain't wearing a natural whatever. You got makeup caked on your face to like you going on a stage play. And you got the nerve to talk about somebody ain't wearing a natural whatever. But then at the same time, dissing Tory for wearing natural hair. I got a problem with that. When I'm chewing this gum like I'm in the hood. Now I got a problem with that, cuz. For real, I got a problem with that. Anyway, I can't be judgmental because this bitch being judgmental. Let me do this. This is my damn job, okay? What's your problem? What's your problem? Anyway, everybody was pretty much paired up, right? Oh, this video long. I'm sorry. Everybody was pretty much paired up. And, you know, Ace was like, you know what, let me get the fuck on somewhere, right? She went to the bar, stayed there, got on her phone. I was like, girl, excuse yourself and go the fuck home. Go home. If you feeling out of place, how about interject? If you feeling out of place, leave or go interject yourself in the conversation. Get to know some people. And they didn't even realize that she was gone. I'm telling you, production told Cliff, I'll talk to her. Okay. And Cliff went on there and said, hey, everything all right? How you doing? You know what's wrong? Because they, at the exact moment that Clifton noticed that she was there, the cameras was on him. Right. Okay, I ain't stupid. Production said, Cliff, go check on her. So he did that. He went on there and talked to her. Ace high as fuck. You cannot make me believe. Ace is all incense and peace, but she also the peace pipe. I'm telling you. Either that or her lash is hella heavy. But she is straight chill mode. She just like zen like a motherfucker, right? She hot. If y'all think Ace hot too, put it in the comment section, right? But she like, I'm good, cuz. I'm good. I was like, go home, girl. Go home. You know, she's like, I just love looking at y'all and watching when beautiful black couples get together. And I don't want to interrupt y'all vibe. I'm saying. Right here at this moment, I'm saying Tiffany and Ace in the bottom. Tiffany and Ace in the bottom again. Cornelius, he like Ace though, so he may fight for her. You know, we'll see. Tory, he had already over there trying to stay the night with Joy, right? He just didn't ask her about premarital sex. He wants to know, how do you like it? How do you like it? How you think it's gonna feel? I get deep in the pussy, got the earth like Badussy in you. I can tap your kidneys for real. Oh, how do you like it? I fucked that all up. But that's, y'all finna redo that. Hold on. You know I got the remakes over here. How do you like it? How you think it's gonna feel? I get deep in the pussy, got the earth, my Badussy. I can tap your kidneys for real. Hear me? How do you like it? I'm saying, y'all can use that. KC and JoJo, y'all can use that. Okay, anywho, Joy was like, you funny, but I like being functional, right? You know, having sex ain't supposed to hurt. I don't know why dudes always trying to blow your back out. You know, I want to put a hole in your kidneys. Why are you trying to kill us, sir? Don't you want me to live to do it another day? Anyway, I'm looking at Tory like, boy, you ain't busting nothing. You ain't busting nothing wide open. You cute, but lower your fucking tone. For real, okay? She like, you know, I could date him, but he ain't no meat and potatoes. He ain't got no meat and potatoes. He seemed kind of shallow. He seemed kind of shallow right there. Okay, so this reminds me to say, I don't find any of these men attractive, y'all. None of them. Tory is cute to me. Laverne has a nice body. His crooked mouth bothers the fuck out of me though when he talk. Yeah. Cliff and Cornelius, I love their voices. Demetrius, I love the way he dresses. Wiley, I like his arms. P.O. gives me nothing. But these are singular things that I find of interest in them. Them as a whole man is not attractive to me. Attractive for me means it's somebody I can see myself wanting to get to know. And not nanities. Some of y'all was saying, yeah, your man is that. No, that's not my man. Not my man. Anyway, Joy and Cliff, they find their way back to each other. He lets her know he peeped Carmen, trying to throw game, but he wasn't trying to catch it. Now it's deliberations. Half the men They didn't even know Cornbread, but they welcomed him on into the fold. He tells Tommy, you know, that although Ace is a little different, he really vibing with her, right? And for the second time, Laverne says that Ace is peace. Or she just peace, right? And I was like, are you saying she brings you peace, or do you think she is peace? I mean, what are you saying? You know, she's in just in chill mode all the time. Laverne says, you know, when he got on his date, he shut the hell up like Tommy said, and he listened, and he liked what he heard. And on top of that, she touching and feeling. He liked that, you know, that he liked that the most. He thinks she might be the one. Tommy said, oh, pump your brakes. Give all the ladies a chance. That lets me know that Tommy don't like her. Tommy don't like her much. Anywho, Tori's tops. Joy and Sabrina. I thought he was going to say Precious. I was surprised he didn't. He's going after physical only. That's what I'm seeing at this point. He's not looking for substance. Tori is not a man of substance. Cliff says Dakaya stepped up in his eyes. We already know he liked Joy. P.O. says that he liked Dakaya too. She seemed like a lady in the streets and thugged out in the sheets. And Tommy was like, bro, hold on, slow down. We'll drink some water, cool off. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, it ain't even your turn to speak yet, dog. Hold up. Wiley says Tiffany and Dakaya. We didn't get to hear from Demetrius. I didn't care anyway. The low on the polls for Laverne was Sabrina. Tiffany was P.O., Cliff, Cornelius, and Tori. Carmen for Demetrius. No, Tori says Carmen, and Demetrius says Dakaya. Wiley says Ace. P.O. was like, hold on, no, man, not Ace. Ace is the epitome of love. Ace is every woman. She Beyonce, Michelle Obama, Oprah, Jill Scott. And Wiley said, dawg, I ain't getting none of that. Who are we talking about her? And he said, when we talked, all she talked about was being a yoga instructor. And that was it, bro. That's all we talked about. I asked her what time of day, and she was like, stop. Yoga time. Too legit. I'm so silly. I'm sorry. Anyway, Tommy say, now wait a minute. You and Paul, y'all be doing the most. You doing too much right now. I gotta take y'all asses in doses. Me too, Tommy. Me too. Yeah, y'all know how I hate taking medicine, but I gotta take them in. You take them in small doses. I like that song too. I like songs. Anyway, so like I said, Tiff at the bottom. P.O. takes her out, and of course she on the defense. She like, you know, talk to me in a normal conversation. You don't have to give me 21 questions. Actually, to me, his analogies, I think, are corny yet icebreakers. And yeah, he be asking questions, but it's not like, where you grew up, what school you go to, what's your religion, boxes of bricks. He ain't asking questions like that. He's trying to find different ways to be engaging, but she feels like she's being interrogated in a business meeting, right? He says, you know, we in this process. We got to learn about each other differently. And she's like, I just want to talk. Like, how was your day? You had a passport. Where you like to travel? And I kind of understand her point of view. Like, don't drill me with questions, although her style right there was just drilling the questions. But I would like for you to ask, and then we can expand on whatever you just asked me. It seems to me like you're not absorbing my information, because now you're just moving on to the next question. However, she don't really want to get that deep. She don't want to get deep with them. And it to me, it's because she don't like him. She said that he's jealous that she didn't choose him, that she didn't pick him. That's what all this is about. That's why she's being eliminated, because of him. He might be Tommy's cousin, because I don't know. Anyway, he asked questions in the same manner in which she asked Cornelius questions. That's what I saw. So again, she just didn't like P.O. Anyway, Wiley sits down with Ace. What I tell y'all in my casting special, Ace was going to be all sage and incense all the time. Peace mode. Shout out to my boy Ill Thoughts. Anyway, if she ain't high on life, she definitely high on the devil's lettuce. That's what my daughter calls it, the devil's lettuce. Weed, devil lettuce. Anywho, Ace, she get to stay. Hopefully she takes in the info that she needs to open up a little bit more about herself and not just about her job. And Tiffany, out the door. She like, did I just kick out the show? She said it to production. Did I just kick out the show? Yes, girl, you did. No, P.O. tried to give her a hug, and she was like, I don't want to hug you. I'm like, am I pissed? Do I look pissed? I'm not pissed at all, because I'm not. If you ain't pissed, you're salty. If you ain't pissed, you're salty, if nothing else. Okay? Anyway, I don't disagree with this elimination this week. Tiffany was working my nerves. Although I understood what she was saying, she was working my nerves. And she was being very defensive towards P.O. because she didn't like it. That's just my thought. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts down in the comment section. Like, comment, share, subscribe. I apologize for the video being so long and so late, but I have things to do today. Talk to you again soon. See you in the next video. Peace.